What's up guys, we are here in a new video and look, I was wondering, is the moving average strategy still working fine in 2025? So I wonder this and I decided to create a trading bot based on that strategy. And look, in this video I'm going to show you the main advantage of the trading bots. And that advantage is that we can perform simulations and we can see if the bot works fine or if it doesn't. So come with me and let me show you this. So first of all, we are going to go to the strategy tester of MT5 and look, here you have view and you have to press here strategy tester and this will appear. We press single and we select the bot. So for example, here I have IT and 2026 moving average. So now I'm going to perform a very simple test on the last year. And let me do something. Let me press start. So look, we have here the visual mode and we can see how the bot works and all that, but I'm not really interested on this. I just want to see the performance. So let me press here start without the visual mode and let's see what happens. If you go to the graph, you can see very quickly the performance. So check that the bot did actually not work very well here. Look that our simulation is from all these years, so from the 1st of January until the 19th of September. So it is not working fine. The test is very well configured. So for example, we are used every tick based on real ticks data. I am using DarwinX Live, and here, for example, if we check the backtest, we have 99% data. But guys, you can see that, well, it didn't work well. But now I'm wondering, look, this worked bad because I am using a stop loss of 200 points. I'm using a take profit of 200 points. And for example, here, the fast moving average is just 20 periods and the slow moving average is 200 periods. I wonder now, hey, what if this is, for example, 180 and this is, for example, 16, etc. How do I perform all these tests? Because look, yeah, I could change this, I could press start and I could lose a lot of time trying to find the best combination. Indeed, this combination is pretty bad. But look, there's something called the optimizer. So for example, here we have slow, optimization is slow. We are going to select this optimization. And look, if I go back to the inputs, I can check all these inputs and I can go through all the different values in one go. Check this out because this is the most powerful thing. So look, I'm gonna go from 200 points in the stop loss to, let's say, 1,000 points. And I'm gonna go in steps of 100. So I'm going to check 200, 300, 400, until 1000. So for example, boom, steps of 100, that's it. Let me put here, boom, steps of 100 until 1000, that's it. Not 100, 1000. Excellent. And look, for the fast moving average, I want to do the following. So, boom, from 10 periods until, for example, let's say 20. Bam, that's it. So for example, now, from 100 periods to 200, but this is going to be for the slow one, and we are going to go on steps of 10. Boom. So now we have configured our optimization, but check one thing. We are going to check a lot of parameters. We are checking 9 parameters here, 9 parameters here, 11 here, 11 here, and this is all multiplied. So what it means is that, for example, we have now almost 10k things to optimize. So look, although this test is not that long, 10k optimizations take a long time. So my computer is a beast. Look, 32 cores. So it is really good for these things, but still it will take time. So the best thing that we can do in this case is that, hey, we are going to change this. We are going to put here 1 minute OHLC. What this means is that in the time frame of 1 minute, each candle, let's say that has, I don't know, 1,000 ticks. So we are going to change that and it's going to have only 4 ticks. The high, the low, the open and the close. That's it. And that speeds up things a lot. So guys, we are going to press here start, and the optimization is going to start. Once it finishes, I'm gonna be here with you guys and we are going to discuss a few things. Okay, so the test has finished and look what we can see. So obviously we have a lot of optimizations, a lot of sets where the results are bad, are below where we started, they are not profitable, but we have a lot where the result is above where we started. Well, not the result, the balance. So for example, we can check this one, we can see that the best one has been stop loss of 900, take profit of 900, periods of the fast moving average 20 and the slow moving average 110. So for example, if I double click here and I go to the graph, I can see this, that apparently is working quite well. But look guys, let me tell you something. We are just doing 24 trades. That's not good at all. This is really bad. It's not really bad. It is just a very short test. So you have to increase the number of operations. Look, there is not a magic number, but me, for example, my personal criteria is that it should be above 100, above 200, and things like that. So for example, we can see that all of these values, well, all of these sets, all of these configurations are actually really good. But what we need to do is that we need to look for patterns. So check that the best values here tend to be above, for example, 700. So we can see here a lot of 700s, and here we can see the same thing as well. So we could conclude that, for example, the better SL, the better stop loss could be just values that are above 700, and the same thing goes for the take profit, because if we check the best values, here the same thing happens for the take profit. And for example, for the periods fast, it is not the same thing, because we can see a lot of random values, sometimes 20, sometimes 12, so we don't see a specific thing. And for the periods slow, we can see a pattern. So for example, 110, between 110 and 150 seems to be the thing. But look, there's a better way of seeing this. If you do a right click here and check the 3D graph, here you have this graph that is basically a map where you compare two columns. So for example, we are comparing the TP and the SL, well, the stop loss and the take profit, and you can see that here in this corner where the stop loss and the take profit are high is where usually the values, well, the better results are. We can change this. So for example, if I press here x-axis and I try to compare the periods, so we can see that the periods is a bit kind of random. There is a place that seems to be this zone where the better values are, but we don't really have a clear pattern that shows us where are the better values. So, okay, we have this, but as I said, this is a very low test. So let me show you something. If we go back here to this result graph, okay, we are seeing these results and we may think that the strategy actually is really good. Let me do something. I'm going to perform the same test, but I'm going to change the period. I'm going to put here 5 years. So now I'm going to press start, and when the test finishes, we will see each other again. So look, I'm going to stop now the optimization, but we can see what I wanted to tell you. The moment we increase the length of the optimization of the simulations, we can see that the results are actually really bad and that this strategy is trash. Don't use this strategy at least in the Euro USD. It's not worth it. We can see that, yeah, we have some good values, but check this out. I would say that more than 90% of the sets are bad. So what that tells us is that this strategy is not good, so we shouldn't use it. So for example, yeah, we could come here, double click and check this individual test, and it's not looking that bad, but again, if we see the other ones, we can see that they are not good. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, you understood how to optimize and how to test this strategy. By the way, at the moment, this is not there, but here in this community, in this forum, I am gonna be posting all the bots that I create, and this will be accessible for everyone. So if you wanna be downloading the bots, come here or come to my GitHub. I will upload the bots there as well. My GitHub is this one. I will create a new repository and you guys will be able to download the bots. Everything is in the description. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and we see each other in the next one.